all good in the hood? Everybody, welcome back to the next or the latest episode of the State of Basketball. You got your big man, Big Storm, and you got your me, the one. I
You
don't, I
got your
don't,
meat.
yeah, I don't know how to define it. You know what I mean? Just that guy. You know what I'm saying? No, but this is the State of Basketball, a BW Sports One original basketball podcast. Uh, yeah, man, fun times. How's your week been?
Week's been all right, man. At the gig, we had a little technical difficulties, but they got it all rectified by Friday. And I'm in the e-commerce business, so you can imagine how many orders were, backlogged. So work Saturday. How about this? Got in contact with a fellow or old coworker I used to work with back in the day, and just kind of rediscovering each other. Cool little relationship thus far. Everything's going cool. So appreciate that, and excited to see where this leads for old Big Storm. But yeah, other than that, fam's good. Kids are good. So pretty good week.
Well, awesome.
I don't know if I like the tone there.
yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to not be slick. Be like, yeah, I heard that, but
Not
awesome.
The words out. Is the word out? Words on the streets.
The word on the street is there is a yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, cool. Well, awesome. Glad to hear all that. Glad to see the kids is great. You know what I mean? My week, interesting week. I did have a couple days kind of to myself. The wife was off being boss lady, accepting awards for her company. So I had to parent all by myself. So it was pretty cool. Cooked him food and sent him to school.
So did the menu change with the wife out of town?
Oh, hell no. We eat if she here or not. You know what I mean?
No, I said the menu. I didn't say eating. I'm just saying.
Wednesday it
what
did.
You ended up cooking.
Wednesday it did because I had some issues I had to deal with the 12-year-old or 11-year-old. Will be 12 with football. So we didn't eat the way we normally would. We end up grabbing fast food because I ain't want to deal with your ass. Real talk. So, but Thursday I got over my disappointment as parent, and then I made him some food, made him some pizza, homemade pizza. You know what I mean? We hooked it up.
Good deal.
Yeah. So, and do have an announcement for the One's Kitchen. We will be dropping the November options later this evening. So be on the lookout for the November options. In November, I'm gonna give you 3.
Oh, we branching out.
I'm gonna give you 3, but they're all in the same circle of life. But you know what I mean? We're gonna have a basic, we're gonna have a bougie, and then we're gonna have a are you kidding me, dude?
Oh, so not there's levels to this. There's levels to this.
There's levels to this thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's it. So I guess we
I know I co-signed before. I'll co-sign every time the One's Kitchen gets it in. Ever since its inception. I've definitely been down for the cause and never been disappointed. So for all you listeners, definitely check it out.
Appreciate you. All right, let's get into it. I ain't got nothing on high school. Girls basketball season started this weekend, or this past week, and this weekend, pretty much all your Central Indiana schools have now played at least one game.
So how the lady, how Mac do, man? Hold on,
Mac did not play first game. She was there in attendance, but she is dealing with some personal issues. So support. Hopefully, she should be back on the court within the next 2 to 3 games. So we'll be looking for that to her to step on there and finish out her senior year really well. But the Carmel Greyhounds did take an L to Homestead. So that's pretty good. But everybody else is playing, so be on the lookout for your local things. Here are people here in the local. I'll throw some shots out here on the page as we go along. NCAA, not really much going on there. Season actually starts tomorrow for, I say, 70% of the country. No really good marquee games. So don't be a lookout. You're going to see a whole lot of craziness. Like Michigan plays tomorrow. I have no idea who the hell we're playing. I think it's like
Hey,
Lipscomb or
peep this.
something.
It's the school that our good friend and one of my number one point guards, Pat Fleming, his son goes to that school. So
Oh, awesome.
At first we were going to see if we could go until we found out it was Monday. It was like, oh, we both got to work. So unfortunately, we won't be able to go to the game. But yes, it was crazy. We was just talking about that last night.
So yeah, I'll be tuned in to that tomorrow. So and also the women, the ladies get started this week too. Michigan ladies start their season off on Wednesday. So I'll be on the lookout for that. WNBA, it is off season, but I think you got something for WNBA.
Yeah, so the only thing I got is congrats to the Fever. They have a new coach, Christy Sides. So hopefully the Sides tenure or you know her debut and her legacy and whatever with the Indiana Fever will start and do well. I don't have problems with teams. I guess following the process. You know, trying to get in position to be able to get quality players, be it through the draft or through trades and whatnot. So hopefully they're able to get a good draft pick and have a better showing than last year. But they have a great young squad, and I'm interested to see their development.
Awesome. Well, my thought on that is I wanted Carlos to have the job. I think he worked hard. He got it in some crazy circumstances. I think he did the best that he could with what he had. I think you got to give him a shot. But they chose to go in a different route. But, you know, do what you do. And way to go, ladies.
Definitely, man. Shout out to Los.
So,
it's really no shade towards him. Anyway, he did. I feel like he had the opportunity, definitely learn from it, grow from it, and I want to see nothing but great things. Hopefully, this leads to something better down the road.
Sounds good. All right, let's check ball up top. Here it is, NBA. Let's get into it. Everybody wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to be about it. Everybody aspires to get to it. So why not do it? Let's start it off. God damn it, Steve Nash, you're out of here, buddy.
Yeah. So I feel like that was definitely something that was going to happen. Like you have had those coaches that come in with no coaching experiences to be able to be successful. It's still kind of far and few in between. Like it's a tough gig because typically it's your superstar players that get those opportunities, and they find out real quick that if you have a great team, if you had a great team like you did with or you have with New Jersey, it's all about managing personalities, right? On top of knowing X's and O's. I feel like if you come into it with a young team, you got to realize everybody may not have that fire and drive that you had, and that's frustrating to a lot of coaches, right? Because they feel like, why do they not have the same passion for the game, the same want to get better as they did, which made them greats in the first place. So when they come into the league and they don't see that, it's kind of frustrating for them. Like I said, with the teams with the great players on it, managing personalities, and I just feel like Steve was a little overwhelmed, man. He was a little overwhelmed. You know, like Kyrie, hey, man, let me tell you, you really got to be on your game as a coach to be able to manage a personality like Kyrie. And KD, not so much. He does have some things, but nothing like Kyrie, because it's something every year with Kyrie. Good, bad, and different. It is always something going on, and you have to be able to manage that.
Yeah, I'm definitely on there. Like I was saying to you, it's hard to coach you. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's hard. Like I say that as, like you said, it's hard for superstar players to transition into coaching, especially in the NBA, because you're coaching yourself. You know what I mean? If you get one of those teams, you got a superstar on it. You know what I mean? Now you see, what I mean, what it was like, Magic, to
Right.
coach you. You know what I mean? Like everybody wasn't good at there. There was a few of them that could do it, but most of your players that were good coaches were normally, second, third tier,
Yeah.
bench third type
Right.
players. You know what I mean?
Because they were
Like,
able to study the game while they sat and watched.
right. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess Larry Bird might have been the one
But I
because
feel
he
like
had a stretch, but
Larry Bird
I
was
don't
smart. I feel like Larry Bird was more of a figurehead, and Carlisle was more of the, you know what I'm saying? Carlisle was more of that coach. So he did it smart. Like he had a guy to do the real, and then he just like, yeah, yeah, do that. Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, do that. Okay, that's cool. But I definitely feel like without Carlisle, it might have ended up different.
yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I kind of agree with that. But it was time for Steve Nash to go. Me personally, I don't think he should have got the job anyway. But we know how he got the job. A little pushing from here, a little pushing from there. But I just didn't. I didn't think it was a good fit from the jump. You know what I mean? With those type of things, and then for one to win in the NBA, you have to play defense at some point in time. And his whole career was never about defense. And he pushed these Brooklyn Nets were never about defense. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it was the reason why they weren't in a lot of these situations because they couldn't play defense. You can't outscore everybody. You have to stop somebody at some point. And I just think that his philosophy on that was different. So, but interesting thought though. I want to see how this works out. How does Udoka end up the coach? How does that go? I mean, because he was just suspended. He wasn't fired. He wasn't waived. So is this a trade? Is there gonna be some compensation? Is there some under the table shit going on? Because how does that work? Does he
Right.
quit?
And he was suspended by the franchise, if I believe. That wasn't a league suspension. That
Right.
was
That
a
was a
franchise.
franchise.
So if you're not part of that franchise, the suspension goes away, right? That's what I assumed,
Yeah, but
right?
if you're not part of the franchise, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the league didn't suspend him, the franchise did, but you're under contract. I mean, you might be suspended, but you're still under contract.
Right. But they said at the beginning, after the suspension, that they weren't gonna hold him back or anything. Like they was almost like they okay to let him go.
Oh,
Like,
well, then you should have just fired him because he
right. Well,
smashed the owner's wife. Should have just fired him then. You know what I mean? Everybody trying to hold the brother man down. You know what I mean? So, but I'm anxious to see how that works out. How that dynamic when it comes, because obviously that's the only thing they're talking about, so it's going to happen. And he's a defensive style coach. You see how he changed the mindset of Boston. So I
yeah, the
like to see how.
culture, definitely.
Yeah, so I like
And
to
I
see
felt
how he
like
do
he was
that.
able to manage. They have big personalities as well. Marcus Smart. You have Jaylen Brown, and you have light skin Curly. So those are personalities that I would say. Now, are they on the level as Kyrie, Ben, and KD? I'm not sure, but at least he had some success with player personnel.
Well, I'm going to go on the word personality. Hell no, they weren't nowhere close to them three situations. I don't want to call them any other. I'm not going to call them out their names
Right.
because they believe or are interested in something different. I'm not going to be Shaq and well, these idiots. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that because obviously this man did his research with what he wanted to stand up for. So, and I'm pretty sure Shaq is not reading no books. I mean, I might put that out there, bro. I don't even think you read the book that you had somebody else write you about you.
That
Just
Ghost
saying.
Rider. That Ghost
Yeah,
Rider.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm just putting it out there. I mean, you come at me, you want to. I don't really give a shit. I mean, this man is obviously in the same. I mean, it goes on to a couple other individuals throughout our recent history. You know, these guys do their research before they come out here and say stuff, or they wouldn't say it. You know what I mean? Because it wouldn't ruffle feathers if it was bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I
Flat
just feel
Earth,
like
Flat Earth didn't ruffle feathers. Flat
right.
Earth was just like, hey, that dude's off his rocker.
And I just feel like words matter and how people word things matter because things could be said a lot differently where it'd be more accepted versus how things could be presented. Always been a proponent of that. I always felt like, if you just word things just right, whoever you're trying to communicate to will be able to receive the information instead of provoking a emotion or something that blocks them. Because as a communicator, when you talk to someone, at the end of the day, you just want them to receive what you're trying to give. Mm-hmm. And if you let things like emotions or things like that get in the way, then you didn't communicate it well.
Correct. All right. So as we move on, gotta talk about it. The Bucks are healthy. When the Bucks are healthy, the Bucks are unbeaten.
Yeah.
And hey, little Allen is hooping, bro.
Little Grayson.
Little Grayson's hooping, bro. He's money from the arc.
Definitely, man. I feel like they're doing well. And they're number one in defensive rebounding, which anything that gives you possessions, steals, rebounds, offensive rebounds, you have a better chance to win because it's all about getting the most possessions and being able to capitalize on them. So I feel like that's what they're doing the best right now. They also have one of the best players in the league. I say player, not define him as, because I still feel like KD is the best scorer in the NBA. But Giannis at this point might be the greatest player as far as all the things that go into that. So, and his leadership, right? I feel like the guys love him. They will follow him into that foxhole and do whatever it takes to win. So that's also another attribute that I feel like Giannis has.
They really don't have a choice because I know you saw the video where he just took Serge Ibaka's shoes off his feet. Say, man, you're not wearing Adidas. Here's these Greek freaks. You know what I mean? How would you not want to play with this guy? You know what I mean? The guy has a cart that he's rolling through the gymnasium and the office building in Milwaukee with his new release of the Greek freak, the new freaks, and he's just out just having the shoes away. Yeah. There you go. Hey, what did you 10 and a half? I got you right
here. Hey man, the day when I used to be selling shoes out the trunk of the Hound Dog.
Yes. I do remember. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was a blast from the past.
Right. I didn't even think about it till you just triggered that memory just now.
That is great. But no, the Bucks, man, I think they're hot, man. And I think it's a staying hot because one, the biggest thing in the NBA is a long season, 82 games. So you have to have durability. Now, we've seen Giannis have durability. You know what I mean? He's one of the few guys in the league that that legitimately tries to play 82 games. You know what I mean? I get the load management. I get the theory behind it, whatever. But I'm on Kevin Garnett's side. You get paid for 82 games. I need to see you 82 games. You know what I mean? If you hurt or you injured. Like, right. I mean, dudes play hurt all the time. Now, if you injured, go get it taken care of. But I like, oh, man, I'm tired today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Just not feeling it.
I'm just not feeling it, coach. Hey, man, okay. Well, I'm just not feeling your check this week.
Right. Yeah, I'm not feeling, you know what? I saw what you did last week. I'm not really feeling paying you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling it. Like, I like what they say, but at the end of the day, NFL, MLB, NHL, hockey. I mean, the soccer, the NBA. It's a job. You're getting paid to do a job. Like, how am I gonna go? Like, check it out. Like, you going in tomorrow and you tell your you shoot your supervisor a email. I'm gonna take a load management day.
Yeah. Now I will say it like this. Now, if I have vacation time or personal time, I don't know what the equivalent is, but that is something that I would use. Like if I really woke up and wasn't feeling it, I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna use some PTO. But
I'm pretty sure they don't have PTO.
Yeah, well, load management, I guess could be a form of it. It could be a form of it.
We just discovered the NBA's PTO policy.
But what I have to say to that is I feel like prior to getting to the league, when ball players played, it was for the love growing up. Like we weren't getting paid. We was playing for the love. And I feel like once people get to the league, a lot of people treat it as a business more than just that love that they have for the game.
Yeah, because you're a business. You're basically an independent contractor.
Yeah.
You know,
you have your own brand and everything.
Yeah, you got to keep all that. And it just, like now I got to hit these jump shots for $100 million. You know what I mean?
And a side note is load management only really happens to your top players on your team. Like I haven't seen a lot of second, third string players talking about they need load management.
Markeith Morris say load management. Huh?
Yeah, he's not load management. He's just trying to get it in where he can.
He said Grayson Allen is not load management.
Nah, I'm trying to get that big contract so I can load manage.
I'm trying to get that Jordan Poole. Oh, great segue there I got on that because the champs are up next. And champs are struggling.
Yeah, specifically on the road. And then one of these other games last week, they didn't even play Dre's Clay. We talked about load management. They didn't play Wiggins. They didn't play Steph or his other Clay. Like they didn't play. So they took that L in that where load management kind of, I don't know what Kerr's doing, really. But I feel like it's too early to be sitting guys like that. When we like a month in, almost a month in.
At least not all of them.
Right, together. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know. Like, was that like trying to show them something, trying to show the players that ended up playing something? I feel like Wiseman, he needs to, okay, I get it. But I need him to stay focused and keep trying to grow there. I feel like they're really struggling without GP the third and some of the other players they're lost and trying to get that. I feel like the starting unit is the starting unit. I feel like the bench is the ones that need to kind of get there, step their game up. Because I always feel like that was something that people really never talked about with Golden State is how their bench came in and complemented the starters and how they were able to either maintain or if the starters had a little lull, that the bench would come in and bring it up. And that's going back to the Livingston days and, when Iguodala really played. So they do have some work to do. Hopefully, they got 82 games to figure it out. I'm not going to count them out with experience and the scoring power that they possess. So we'll see.
And it's way too early in the season to be panicking.
Right.
Because we've seen that team rattle off 20-plus wins in a row. So
right. Once they figure it out, you better watch out.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think you brought up a key point there, the bench. But what was most key about the bench was their defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what they're missing. I mean, because they're top six, Poole included in that six. They're doing what they did last year. What they're missing is, like you said, is the defense, like from Gary Payton III. You know what I'm saying? That stuff, like he would come in there because Clay hasn't come back to his defensive prowess yet. So Payton III was picking up that slack, and with him not there,
he was that dog on defense, boy.
And then you had the other boy that's in the Lakers now. Was that Toscado Anderson?
Yeah,
defensive guy. Guy came in long, played the passing lanes, locked down on the wing.
And rebounds, I feel like, is what they're struggling right now. Is they're not getting the rebounds, which, like we talked about earlier, just creates possessions.
Excuse me. Yeah. So I think they'll be fine. Again, about the load management, I don't know what the hell Kerr's doing. I mean, you set one or two of them at a time if you're going to do it, not like the whole starting five.
Right. Right.
Like, maybe they all got collective poop poisoning or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like Kerr was trying to either prove something to the bench or prove something to the starters. I'm not sure what his thinking was, but that's just not normal. So I hope whatever he was trying to do by doing that, he did, and it was successful because it's go time. We need to figure this thing out.
Right. So we got I'm gonna bring my guy in on Storm's knowledge because he had look who's up. What does he have to say? This dude is let's see what I hate when the kids lose games, man.
But they need to learn. They need to learn though, right? Hopefully that'll make them go out there and work harder.
I didn't say she had to learn. I just said I hate when they lose because they all sad. You know,
I get that, but I feel like society, everybody get a trophy and all that kind of takes away from that. You need to go out there, take the loss, embrace the loss, and try to get better.
Hey, he posted a picture the other day, and I could see her working on her gooseneck, bro. She had it.
Oh, yeah.
This was.
Hey,
I was like, oh yeah, Chazzy.
Peep, you said gooseneck, so I happen to be looking at some pictures, and it come across them Kokomo pictures. The one where I won third place in a 4-man dunk contest. And,
yes.
I got a picture of the me shooting the three. And I said that right. Hey, look at that gooseneck, like it's right there.
Like, get a hand up on the shooter. Yes, he finished third in the dunk contest, doing the same dunk.
Three different versions of a two-hand dunk. But they all went in. That was the thing. I made the dunk.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who won. So
that was you. Didn't you take first place?
Yes.
I took third. Yeah.
Yes, I was trying to be, coy. But we partied real good that weekend, though. You know what I'm saying? We partied real good. We
usually, back in them days, we partied good every night.
Yeah. Because Nate was with her in the white Honda.
Yeah.
Bunch of 13-year-old girls losing. It's like, well, I'm been there, bro. All right, so what we got here, because this is going to lead into some of the things that you got. I was going to pump you up because you was talking about them. I know I'm going to say, just because who I am, I'm going to say it's only 2.5 weeks into the season. Just, it's fresh. But the Cavs is hooping, bro. This little matchup, we only seen it for one game. Like, we only seen the Garland-Mitchell matchup for one game. But that one game had to be the best game of the year with them and the Celtics.
Yeah. I just, like I said, it was interesting. Like, I could see it on paper. Obviously, paper is different than in real life, but I thought that Garland and Spider Mitchell, and then you throw in Go Blue, Michigan, Karis LeVert, the back, the guys holding up the front court, or the front court, Jared
Woods and Allen.
Yeah, like that team, like whoever the G, I don't know who the GM is, Cleveland, but he put his thing down on that roster.
Hey, Kevin Love is giving them a little extra though.
He's like the old man. He's like Uncle Kevin. That's probably what they call him.
And I hate my wife for this because now I can never look at Kevin Love the same. Like, you remember the commercials about 10 years ago? We had the little big head Kevin Love.
Yes.
Like, every time I see him, that's all I see. It's just
like bobblehead.
Yeah. So, but shout out to Kevin Love. He's doing good things with the mental health push in basketball in this sport.
Awareness, yeah,
So
the awareness and letting people know it's not a stigma. It's okay to say you need to go talk to someone, which we
right,
talked about in the past. And certain cultures, it's kind of shined upon or shown as weakness, but I feel like it's
right.
nothing stronger to be able to recognize if you have an issue and being able to go out there and try to do what it takes to, make yourself the best you can be.
Real talk, real talk. All right, so Luca,
Yeah, I got some on Luca too.
go ahead.
8 games, 30 in 8 games. I don't think he'll be able to sustain it. There'll be some load managing coming just because, like I said, every time he plays, I feel like he gets hurt minimum one time, but he still continues to play, or at least it looks like he gets hurt. Like he plays the role of hurt or he's legitimately hurt. I really don't know because he continues to play. So, but putting up 30 is not easy in the NBA. It really isn't. I feel like it's to get 30, a lot of it has to do with free throws and three-pointers, right? And if you're getting free throws, that means you're getting hacked. You're getting hacked. These guys ain't little kids out here hacking you. These are some 6'9", 6'10", 6'6", 250, 200 plus. So the fouls are real. So for him to be doing it, I'm happy for him. Like, I really like his game, man. I like the personality. He brings a little personality, the smirks, the laughs, the gestures and whatnot. So shouts out to him. I know Denver or Dallas is feeling pretty good about the Luka DeBarge trade.
DeBarge, well, DeBarge got him a new backmate, and these guys is probably the hottest backcourts in the league. DeBarge and ex-Spur DeJounte Murray. Them cats is hooping down there. Now, if we can get everybody else in Atlanta to pick up pace, you might see that Atlanta for 3 years ago.
Yeah. And that was a team I really thought would and they're 4-2 right now. I believe they're 4-2. And Trae Young is DeBarge. That's who we were talking about. So
some of these young cats might not know who L. DeBarge is. You know
right, but if they look up L. DeBarge, they look up Trae Young, and they put them pictures side by side.
Hey, that's that real boy daddy.
Yeah, I get it now. But yeah, they're definitely a team on the come up. Just consistency with them and getting the right guys and being able to keep a unit together. Because I feel like there's not a lot of people still on that team for when they made that run in the playoffs and they beat New York and Trae was showing out a little bit for that New York crowd. So that's a huge thing, man, is getting us a unit together and being able to stay together. So
I like it how they've deemed Trae Young the new Reggie Miller in the sense of New York Knicks. Like,
right. He's the villain. He's the new villain.
Yeah, because New York ain't had one since Reggie. I don't
Right.
not like that. But they hate this Trae Young, buddy. So it's always fun to watch him go into the Knicks and play. But yet, I think there's a backcourt is dynamic. I'm waiting to see Collins finally do something. But they got was it Herter?
Yeah,
a little redhead shooter. So
right.
I mean, they got talent. You know what I mean? It was just, and though they still got Capella, so they got talent.
Yeah.
So I like to see them finally like to get Nate McMillan some love, man. Get Nate some love.
And Nate's a defensive coach, so hopefully their defensive prowess will continue and evolve as well.
Like I said, who else has been hot these first couple of weeks?
How about De'Aaron Fox? Like, I've always been a De'Aaron Fox fan.
Especially since he cut that little Anakin Skywalker thing off.
But he just hit a game winner. They're looking good with Coach Mike Brown's first, go around there. I really like the squad, and I just like the player, man. Silky smooth, can score, can pass. Feel like he can score at each level. He can shoot the three. He can mid-range it and definitely take it to the bucket, drop pass. make people better. I'm a fan of them. I always have been, and we'll see. The West is tough, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that team in Sacramento.
Well, hopefully him and Sabonis can put some type of tandem together. But he plays that point guard position, and that point guard position is loaded in the West, bro. That thing is loaded in the West. So we'll see. We'll see how De'Aaron Fox goes. I mean, he's been having a good year.
They got Keegan Murray too, so don't forget about that addition to the team. They got Keegan Murray.
Oh yeah, like Keegan, like that young guy. That guy can score the basketball. He looks like he reminds me of Carmelo.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He's got the potential to be another Melo.
Not super fast, not super leaper. You know what I mean? But he gets to where he needs to be on the floor, and his pull-up game is just ridiculous. So, like it. What we got here? I got the power rank, the ESPN power rankings up next.
That's cool. I got them up.
Let's see here. Well, we're obviously starting off with Milwaukee. Haven't really talked a whole lot about Phoenix. Phoenix is coming in at number 2. You got your Cavs at number 3. This very exciting Boston Celtics and hey man, why did Jason Tatum dunk on that dude like that, man?
Hey, he didn't have a choice, man. I don't know what to do.
Great play call, though. Great play call.
Great scheme.
I was like, what is Jay? Oh, but whoo. Say, I think I might have woke the boy up. We got the exciting Portland Trailblazers is hanging in at number 5. They seem to still be playing well with Dame out because Anthony Simons, man, he can shoot, he can score the basketball, and they're a good defensive team. And we have a resurgence of Nurkic.
Right. Hey, he was like, let me reintroduce myself moment. So as long as he stayed healthy, he was another player where health played a role and him not being the best that he could be. So, hats off. Hope everyone stays healthy and able to show the world his game.
Well, he would have been rolling. I think he took the good play that he had in Euroball because he was healthy in the Euroball and he played well. You know what I mean? I think he took that momentum and just rolled it on into the season, and you can see it. He's shooting the tray. He's got the little mid-range. He's actually hitting the boards, probably some of the best in his career. We already know he can score with it back to the bucket. So I like to see, like you said, the key with him is sustaining his injury-free season. So, hey, if we're going to low-manage Nurkic. Because I like to see him and Dame in the playoffs with Simmons. So that should be good.
Right. With some success.
Yeah.
Except for when it comes to Golden State. For me, personally.
Yeah. I mean, I know my team ain't go back to playoffs, so neither one of them. But I got a better shot at the Pacers making it than the Lakers. So,
hey, but I don't know. I would take one more minimum fifth pick in the first round if that's where it goes, because I definitely feel like the rookie is doing this thing. He's showing his ability to score. Like I said, I just can't wait for him to move on to that next phase of his career to be one of the greats, is being able to make other people better. So when he develops that, because some people just can't figure out how to score high volume of points in the NBA game. So at least he's got that check marked, at least until the league kind of figures him out. And then at that point, will he be able to evolve and to take on double teams if that's what happens, and being able to still be successful?
That's the funny thing about it. I think the average person thinks that everybody in the NBA scores 20 points a game. The average NBA player scores less than 15 points a game. Like, it's those dudes that's 20 and up. You know what I mean? It's hard to score 20 points and up every night. So just think of those guys who scored 27, 28, 29, 30, 32 points a game. Like a game. You're 62 games in the season and your scoring average is 27 a game. You're doing it, KD. You know what I'm saying? That's not easy. So I like the rookie. I like the dynamic that they got with this Pacers young team with Halliburton and Buddy Hield. Who else is on there? McConnell's last comes off the bench and gives them super energetic get on my nerves, pesky energy. And then your bigs are playing good. Miles Turner is obviously back ahead of the league and block shots again.
But and it's crazy because people here, and I don't know if everyone knows, we're both here based in Indianapolis, Indiana. Go nap time, north side all day, every day. The fan base here kind of doesn't like, never was really a fan of Lego. So I hope they see his value, at least on this team. Because I mean, I wasn't super hyper on him, but I did not like him either. Like, I still respected the defense that he brought. I just was able to accept the fact that he was never going to be that post-up player. I accept that wasn't his game. I just accepted it. But just because he doesn't do back to the basket doesn't mean he can't be successful.
Right. I mean, it can't mean like he'll hit a couple threes, he'll hit a couple mid-ranges, but you really basically got him for defense. You're not going to score on Miles Turner. It's going to be very difficult. You know what I'm saying?
He's a better off the ball blocker than on the ball blocker. Like, he'll eat up space and come out of nowhere and launch your stuff to the other side.
So, and then you got the little goggles boy Smith. So these guys is playing good basketball. So I'm anxious to see how the development goes. My more curiosity, as we spoke so many times about the Pacers, it has to do with their management and how they deal with these young talent when it's at the end of their first contract.
Time to re-up. When it's time to re-up.
Yeah. So yeah, they playing great, but I want to see when it's time to advance that situation. And that takes us to, I don't know how we got from the Pacers to the Trailblazers, but it doesn't matter. Coming up at 6, you have the New Orleans Pelicans. It amazes me with them how Zion scores that many points, and he really doesn't do anything but catch offensive rebounds. It's not like Zion just catch the ball, one dribble, two dribble spin. You know what I mean? Just none of that. Let me shoot it up, grab it, put it back in. You look up, he's got 27 points, 13 rebounds.
Would you say he definitely at this point relies a little more on athleticism versus skill? Not to say there's not skill in rebounding and that. Like, I know there is some kind of skill involved in that, but he
100%.
He's relying a lot on his athleticism.
100%. That's why I want to know when is your game is going to progress when that athleticism runs out. Like with Charles Barkley, who he's compared to, when Charles because you remember Chuck, I posted some shit the other day from Chuck. Chuck get that rebound, grab it off the top of the square, dribble the ball behind the back, half court, cross over at the free throw line and dunk with two hands and almost rip the rim off.
Right.
But at some point in time, that stopped. But Chuck developed a jump shot.
Oh, man. And then after the game, he'll throw you through a bar window. But yes. But yes, Zion definitely has a lot of work to do. Because and we said it before, certain athletes that put the punishment on their body, the torque that they put on knees. And for him, the weight is definitely an issue. Working with the knees, I hope you get a game, because if you continue playing at the size that he is, the knees might go out a little quicker than you think, and then at that point, you need to work on fadeaway J's, you need to work on positioning, you need to work on ball fakes and all the intricacies of the game to be able to score, or also be able to help another player score.
We're gonna backtrack just for a little bit because we mentioned the word knees and it threw something in my head. Shout out to Lawrence North graduate, Mr. Basketball, Ohio State graduate, who we don't really want to say that too much of, but Indiana alum, or Indiana High School, Indiana State, Indiana alum, Greg Oten, is an assistant coach at the Butler University under Thad Matta. So shout out to Greg on that. That's cool.
Yeah, definitely. It was unfortunate. His career was very unfortunate. I would have loved to see, had he been able to stay healthy, how he would have stacked up in the league. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But he's still in basketball, so he still shows love for the game. and wanting to be able to teach, younger generations what this game should be about and how to improve themselves.
Real talk, real talk. All right, let's finish up this power. Let's hit number 7. We got the Memphis Grizzlies. Surprising at number 8, you got the Toronto Raptors. But I think Siakam's going to miss the next 2 to 3 weeks with an injury. Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors are still holding on to that number 10 spot. So there's your power rankings.
Yeah, good deal. No issues. Never going to have any issues at this point in the season. Everyone's just trying to figure themselves out as far as who they are as a team and what it is they want to represent. But, no problem so far. No problem so far.
All right. So we're going to be doing some changes, some little structural changes to the show. We're going to be changing around our picks, our structure of that thing as well. Haven't got those things up yet, but next week we'll see some cool new structural things for the show. Normally, this is where we get into our picks, so I think we're going to switch it up. We're going to do key games of the week.
Okay.
Key games of the week. So this week, I did put a couple games. So when we come to next week's show, we'll both have our set of key games that we think are key games for the week, and that week goes from our Sunday show to our Sunday show. So that's how we got it. So this first week, let's see. I started off with today's games. I got a game for today. I got the Jazz and Clippers as a key game for the week today. Jazz are playing pretty good. Clippers are starting to figure it out, even though Kawhi is out again. So once again, they're heavily leaning on Paul George. So I think this would be a really good game to watch.
Definitely. That's a great game. I'm just looking at the games for today. I feel like the Bulls-Toronto game could be fairly interesting. How about your Lakers up on Cleveland right now at halftime? And Grizzly Wizards, I think Memphis is going to really – that's another team we ain't talked about. We went through this whole show and they brought up Memphis. Don't forget about our guy, the point guard, the youngster with the Boings. Boings is Josh Boings are so unreal. But that's just good basketball to watch. I love seeing his talent.
Yeah, I got 3 games on Monday that look to be key games to set up the week.
And actually on Monday, just to bring up Monday, all 30 teams are playing Monday. All 30 teams.
All 30 teams. And Michigan Wolverines play on Monday too. Just put it out there.
So what games you got?
I got the who does it? Monday games. I got the Suns Sixers. Yeah. I got the Bucks Hawks and the Celtics Grizzlies. Those are my key games on there.
So outside of those, I would like to see now Kyrie's not playing, but if Kyrie was playing, I would like to see the Nets Dallas. We were just talking about Sacramento and Golden State still trying to figure themselves out. They play as well. So that's an interesting game for me. I think that was Milwaukee, Atlanta. Be kind of interesting.
Milwaukee and Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that one.
Yep.
Let's see. And then throughout the rest of the week, I didn't really see nothing that really jumps out at me. I do have one for Wednesday, the Lakers and the Clippers, because, that battle is always good. And then I got a Friday game that's going to be really good. The Nuggets and the Celtics.
Definitely. It's always good to see top-tier teams get it in. I just hope there's no load management for any of these games, and we get to see the players play. So definitely agree with you on that.
That's
Brooklyn and Clippers play on Saturday too.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see it if Kyrie ain't playing. You know what I mean? I want. Yeah, I agree. I'm just leaving it at that. It'll be a good game. You know what? Yes, that's going to be a good game because there's two of my favorite players in the league right now, Paul George and Kevin Durant. So,
Right.
yeah,
And
that's
Paul
the
George
matchup. Everybody
definitely
else
has
cannot play.
right.
Everybody just play 1-on-1. Fuck it.
Just clear everybody out.
But no, you said something about Paul George?
No, I just said he had the defensive edge, I feel like, on KD, but KD definitely can score more at ease than Paul. Not that Paul, can't score, but I'm telling you, with KD, it just looks kind of effortless.
Man, like, ooh, I scored.
Yeah,
I did. Sometimes with Paul, I think Paul tries to get the foul more than he is trying to make the bucket. Just go make the bucket and you'll get the foul. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
and even if they don't call it, you still got the bucket.
You still got the bucket. You know what I mean? Just stop complaining at the free throw line. Stop. I hate it. No, get back, damn it. That's what you do.
Get back on D.
Get back on D. That's all I got for today, bro.
Yeah. Only other thing, unfortunate, Ben Gordon, great dude who came out of Connecticut. Also played in Chicago. He had an 11-year career. I'm kind of surprised. I feel like that 1 year he was with Chicago, averaged like 20. After that, he kind of fell off. I'm not sure if it was injuries or not, but unfortunately, got into altercations at McDonald's and got arrested. So I just kind of hope. And I know the NBA is pretty good as far as, putting help out to ex-players and things of that nature, because you got to remember, man, these guys come out 18, 19, 20 to their, late 20s, early 30s in the league, and the environment is so different. And then they're going out into the world as men, and being able to adjust and be able to handle that is difficult. But I feel like the NBA definitely tries, and I hope they continue to try for people who, just have an issue adjusting to life outside of the league.
How about don't go into the restaurant running your mouth? Probably ain't gonna smack you in it.
Yeah, probably don't try not to beat up security people. So outside of that, I'm good. If you want to go into Eye of the Storm, and we can get that rolling.
We are. There you go.
All right, I got a couple things for Eye of the Storm. First thing I want to talk about, I know with the Kyrie recent issue that that is being talked about. Like I said, you cannot agree with people's position, but that does not mean that we should not remember to read human history. I feel like history is huge. I feel like if we don't learn about our history, I know it's a saying that's been around forever. If you don't learn your history, you're doomed to repeat it. So not that we agree with anything that happened, because there's definitely some things in the past that I don't agree with, but I feel like we need to know it so we don't repeat it. We don't want to end up like the Roman Empire and how it fell, and everybody felt like this was it. We made it, top of the world, Mom. And then they fail tragically. I don't want that to happen to us in our society. But the only way for that to happen is to know about our history. So I'm a big proponent of that. So go out there, learn your history, whatever platform, be it books, videos, whatever. Just go out there and know where we came from so we don't repeat those atrocities that mankind has dealt with in the past. And then the last thing, it matter who you vote for, just make sure you vote. Have a say. The voting happened on Tuesday. This is more important. I would like to say to people, this is more important than the presidential, because this is also talking about Congress and the House. So these are the people that make the laws. So you definitely want to vote for president, but don't forget about this off cycle elections as well. So take it for your boy Big Storm. No matter who you vote for, just make sure you vote.
Yeah, I'll piggyback on that voting. Yeah, everybody wants to jump up and vote for president. Yeah, that's great. You're voting for a figurehead. That's awesome. But you want to concentrate more on your midterm elections and your local elections. Those are the ones that directly affect you. The presidential race, that's not going to affect you. Real talk, it's not. But that city council, that town treasurer, those people are going to directly affect your life in your local area. So make sure you get out there and do that. Awesome. I'm gonna do it good on the one good thing. The one good thing got two good things.
Okay.
The first one good thing is I picked all the upsets yesterday in college football.
You winning right now. You winning.
I'm winning. Except for I can talk about the NFL just yet. I'm not gonna jinx any of that shit. But the Falcons lost, assholes. But I got the Notre Dame, I got the LSU and the Georgia, son. All three of them. And Michigan's still only gonna go up to 3. But it's okay. It's okay. Even
That's
though,
all right, because all we need is to beat that team down south, and we good.
yeah, that school in Ohio struggled against the little nerdy boys in Northwestern. And once again, everybody's talking stuff to us that we make the adjustments. The one thing I like to say about Jim, I know it's not the football show, but one thing I like to say positive about Jim Harbaugh this year, he is making great halftime adjustments. This is the 4th game this season that we have not allowed a point in the second half. Go get it done. And the second one good thing is the Steelers will not lose today.
You said it. It's out in the universe.
Bye week, baby. That's the one good thing. All right, so make sure you guys check out the others over on the webpage. We are really trying to push our YouTube page right now. We're having some difficulties with Facebook. One of our other platforms was hacked, and we've been having some issues with that, but we have not been liking the content being distributed or being taken down that is good content from Facebook. So we're pushing our YouTube page. That's why you see the both links. So make sure you guys hit that YouTube subscribe button. That way you get all the updates of the shows. And you can hit the website, www.bwsports1.com. That'll give you everything to what's going on with us and our network and all the things that we got coming up in the future. And go check out the other shows. We got you. Big man, me. Happy Sunday. I'll holla.
I got the tape.
$40.
$49.95.